video is not going as planned, so I just need to give a little rant session, if you will. Just a lot. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Sydney, and today I'm going to doing a little bit of a sit down chit chat kind of thing, because I was originally going to film a different video and I was trying very hard to make it successful, and just nothing felt good or real, or I just wasn't happy with the result. And I was sitting on my bed eating a snack because I thought maybe I was hungry. I was sitting here eating, thinking about how I can make the video better, and I just decided, like, I think that I should just scrap the idea as a whole, at least for now, and maybe come up with a better idea, or do it again next week when I'm feeling less pressured to be perfect. This video is intended to start my series College Application 101, and I still am gonna start the series after the video, but I want to talk about something, and that is perfectionism within high school seniors, or just high school students in general. I'll relate it to my own experience with applying to schools and filming this video, and maybe you can find it relatable as well. Now, I applied to Barnard College, early decision, and I worked so hard on those essays. I wanted it to be perfect, and I wanted my voice to sound as perfect and authentic, but I wanted it to sound as perfect but crafted and authentic as possible. And when you think about it, those three things like hardly go together. That way I could be the strongest applicant that I could be and get into this school. I worked every single day on my Barnard or supplemental essays, and I sent it to every single teacher I had, all of my friends that I thought would help me edit, and only to not get into the school. And I was crushed for a minute. I was like, I worked so hard to try to get in and I didn't, and what was the point of all that effort? Why did I even try so hard in the first place? And I think that that's a problem that a lot of students have, especially seniors, when you're really reflecting on all of the work that you've done over the past few years. Is like you feel like you're inadequate, and you feel like you're trying to reach a standard that you'll never ever reach, just like how I felt with that video. I was trying to sound like a professional and someone that could help you really get into colleges, and I know I can help because I got into my dream school, which I'll get into in a second. I did it, and so I think that the advice that I learned could help you, but I was just trying too hard to reach a standard that I couldn't reach, you know? And perfectionism is something that I still struggle with to this day. I want everything to be good, everything to be to its best abilities. Even though I try to say I'm not a perfectionist, I really am, because I try hard to reach the best standard that I can. And I know a lot of students do too, and a lot of us really stress ourselves trying to reach a part of ourselves that might just not be reachable, you know? We spent 4 years of high school like working hard to get good grades, working hard to be the perfect applicant for colleges, and then when you start applying to colleges, it's like that perfect image of yourself that you built up can either be made or broken, and it's horrible. What do you do about that? You don't do it. So I applied to USC right before the deadline was due, and I don't recommend doing it, honestly, because my essays had like a typo in them and it was embarrassing. That's a little better. I don't recommend doing that, but I think that because that application was so much less stress for me, I was really speaking from my own voice and speaking from the heart rather than trying to sound like the perfect Barnard woman. I sounded like myself, and I used my true voice on that application, and I ended up getting in. All of that to say, with going into college applications, do not try to sound perfect. Going into anything, do not try to sound perfect. Do not try to be the most perfect image of yourself. Yes, you want to sound good. Yes, you want to sound professional. I think there's a line where professional and sounding authentic can sound pretentious, and like I was trying to do with that video, I was trying to sound so pretentious, and it wasn't working out for me. It really wasn't, because I wasn't sounding like myself. I wasn't speaking from my own experiences. Rather, I was trying to teach and like, I guess, be more professional than I am, and all I can do is be a student. And just like you, all you can do is be a student. All you can do is be yourself and put your best foot forward in this application process. I still plan on starting this series. You know, it's something that I've been working hard on for the past few weeks. But before I start this series, I want to just break down that barrier within some of you and say, like, everything is gonna be okay as long as you use your most authentic voice. Be your realest, truest self on your Common App essay and your supplemental essays and interviews and all of that. As long as you're your most true self, everything within this process will be okay. Aiming for perfection and aiming for an unattainable goal of perfection is not doing anything for you. And trying to be perfect you might just end up getting rejected from that school. That's how I felt with Barnard. It was just like, what was the point of this? And you just have to be real with your essays and everything. You have to be real and use your realest, truest voice and speak from the heart. Speak about your vision for the world. You have to be real and talk about the things that you're really passionate about and not the things that you think a school wants to hear. Instead of thinking, okay, well, what was the point of trying so hard? You want to be proud and be like, okay, at least I did the absolute best that I could. Because a lot of I just feel like a lot of students are so stressed about being the perfect applicant and being the perfect student, and it's not fair. It's not fair to yourself. It's not going to help these schools at all. It's not going to give these schools an image of who you are. And what I learned from applying to USC is using my authentic voice and putting my best foot forward is really just being me, and using the voice that I was given will get me farther than using a voice that I think I have and using a voice that I think others want to hear. That applies to applying to colleges. It applies to life. You can't be the perfect applicant. You can't make the perfect YouTube video. You can't write the perfect essay. You can't make the perfect anything. All you can do is speak yourself. Not to sound like a BTS fan. Not to sound like a BTS fan.
Learn to love ourselves. So now I urge you to speak yourself.
But all you can do is speak yourself and speak from the heart, and that will get you farther than you ever think it will. I think for me with perfectionism is like I build up. I overthink so much. I think I need to write this essay and say these words and da da da. I build it up so much, and then at the end it just all comes crashing down, and it's a little bit dramatic for a minute, but then it's just like, okay, at least I'm brought back down to myself, and I need to speak from myself and not from that place that I built up. It's like I'm speaking my true, that was so rude. I'm speaking my true and honest voice. This is not the video that I planned for the day, but I do feel like it's a video that I need to make. It's a rant that I need to have, conversation that I need to have with myself and you all. Because maybe someone is struggling right now writing their essay over and over again just to sound like a perfect person and sound like someone they're not, just like I was. Or maybe someone is looking at their grades and being like, these grades will never get me in anywhere. These grades are horrible. They're not going to help me at all. I just feel like someone needs to hear that you cannot and do not have to be perfect. All you can be is your best self going into this process. I think this video needs to be put out before I do any other video on the college application process, because it's an important message that everyone, like we all need to hear. Also, try to, I'm not even gonna say try not to compare yourself because it is inevitable, but try not to think so much about comparing yourself going into this process. I know I watched a few college admissions videos before where people would have 4.0 GPAs and did all of these clubs and went like cave diving and stuff, and I just thought, how am I going to compare with my, what I feel is mundane life and my somewhat average credentials? Again, comparing yourself is inevitable, but just try not to let those thoughts get the best of you, and move forward with those thoughts, you know? Take the thoughts and be like, yeah, this is how I feel. Yeah, I might feel inadequate, but I'm going to push through, and I'm going to do these applications anyways, and I'm going to apply to my dream school anyways, because I don't know what the outcome is going to be. This video is really random, I guess. It's a preface to the next videos that I want to put out, but I just feel like it's necessary going into this process where the whole thing is based on image and perfection. You just have to be your best and most authentic, I've said authentic so many times, best and most authentic self. And I need to do the same with these videos. I need to speak from my own experiences. The whole intent of this channel and the whole intent of these videos is to help people. And yeah, I can help you with your college applications and all that, but I really want to help people be better people. And all I can do to help people be better people is to give you the information that helped me be a better person. And then we can all grow together. That's all I have for you today. Definitely not the video that I expected, but I did enjoy filming it, and I hope to do more videos like this. If you like this video, if you like this little rant, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and comment if you struggled with something like this as well, or if you're struggling with something like this. Maybe we can make a little support group of recovering perfectionists. I know I'd love that. I'll see you all next week, and I hope next week will be more of a resourceful video. I just needed to speak from the heart today. Yeah, I will see you next week. Bye.